Diane and Mr. Peanutbutter are the perfect examples of why a relationship can't survive on love alone. And if you are currently looking at your partner and looking at the rest of your life and something isn't clicking, I'll use these two to show you how love does not equal compatibility.
Diane, you don't need to pretend to be something you're not. I already love you.
What?
And I'm going to love you, no matter what version of you are. So you might as well give me the real version.
In a relationship, when one person puts the other person on a pedestal, that relationship is doomed to fail. And the reason it's doomed to fail is not because it's not nice, it's not something that you want to do. Yes, we love our partners. Yes, we think our partners are the greatest and the best people in the entire world. That's brilliant. But when you put your partner on a pedestal, or worse, when your partner puts you on a pedestal, you can never live up to that expectations. You will constantly be fighting with the version that you are, your authentic self, and the version of you that lives inside of their head.
You know what I do while you're at work all day? I mostly just sit right there. And when I hear your car in the driveway, it is the best part of my day. I mean, I go insane.
I know. And I love you so much. But you're never going to be my only priority like that. That's just not how I'm wired. I need to also live my life.
The version of you that lives inside of their head is not you. It is the perfect version of you. It is you when you are at your best. It is them when they think about what their perfect partner is. It leaves you no room for nuance. It leaves you no room to be real, to make mistakes. It leaves you no room to grow.
Mr. Peanutbutter, you know I love you, but I don't want to be one of those couples that settles into a routine and never changes.
Well, I don't know what to say because I'm an old dog and I'm not going to change.
When there's no room to grow, there's no room to dream. If you can't dream, you can't build a life together. You can't build a life with that person. It sucks, but you can't do it.
Yay. Close your eyes. Come on. Okay, picture our lives together. It's a cold Sunday morning a bunch of years from now. I brought you the paper, fetched your slippers. You come into the kitchen. Can you smell biscuits?
Yes.
So can I. Are they warm?
Yeah.
Well, that's all a biscuit warmer's for.
Diane always knew certain things about herself. She knew she never wanted to get married. She knew she always wanted to write important things. She knew things that were important to her. Throughout her relationship with Mr. Peanutbutter, he challenged her on everything.
You know I support you, whatever you want to do, but you're not going to find what you're looking for in these awful made-up places. The universe is a cruel, uncaring void. The key to being happy isn't to search for meaning, it's to just keep yourself busy with unimportant nonsense, and eventually you'll be dead.
Mr. Peanutbutter likes safety, likes security, likes people, is so content with his life, so content with the things that come to him, and he's a very type B, good, happy-go-lucky person. There is nothing wrong with both of these archetypes. It's okay to be ambitious and want more out of your life, and it's okay to also be content with your life and happy and go with the flow and what comes to you. But when both of these collide, someone's gonna have to make a compromise. And if you have to make that compromise in a relationship, the relationship is doomed. Because the psyche has to be heard. And if the psyche isn't heard, and you just go on with whatever the other person wants, just neglect yourself, for the sake of the relationship, for the sake of the other person's happiness, the problem is that's where resentment starts to fester. And that resentment will come out in ways you can never imagine. You will hear that resentment in every single sentence the other person says, every move, every action, everything.
We only have so many days together. I want everyone to be a happy one.
Oh my God. You don't want me to go to Cordovia.
What?
To the point, Diane said, when you say you love waking up next to me, what the hell does that mean? It means I love waking up next to you. No. It means you want to clip my wings. It will show up in every aspect of your life, every aspect of your relationship. You will see this resentment.
Diane, I love waking up next to you. Diane, I wish every day could be like this.
Yeah, but...
just the two of us together. Do you have any idea how that feels when I'm trying to plan my trip?
It might outwardly be you blaming your partner, saying you're the one holding me back. But the worst part is, it's actually you blaming yourself. It's you looking in the mirror thinking, I wanted to do all of these things and I didn't, and it's this person's fault. Once that person's gone, you're going to realize it was you. It was your fault. You didn't do what you wanted to do. Sometimes subconsciously, that's why people stay in these relationships. Because that's your scapegoat. That's the perfect excuse for not going after what you want to do. You can just say, my partner doesn't want that. What do you want? Or in fact, what do they want that you're not letting them do? From the bottom of my heart, I support Mr. Peanutbutter and Diane. I really did. I was a big stan of that relationship. I thought he was really good for her. I thought she could be really good for him as well. She can teach him so much to challenge his opinions, to make him grow, to get him out of his comfort zone. And what he can do for her is he can show her the bright side of things, to make, to be happy, to be content, to see things in your life, to believe that you deserve the things that you deserve. Let someone love you the way you feel like the person you love, you feel like that person should be loved. But sometimes that's better in practice than theory. It doesn't mean you don't have good moments with a person. It doesn't mean you don't love them with your whole heart. Maybe if a third person was looking at your relationship from an outside point of view, they would say, hey, she's actually making him more of a downer. Rather than him bringing her up, she's bringing him down, and vice versa. He's not growing. He's not gonna change. She's trying so hard to make him change. He's never going to change. And she shouldn't expect him to change either. She deserves to grow in her own way, but he's never going to change because he's happy with how he is. He's content with how he is.
I never thought I wanted to get married. It's so weird. This idea of dedicating yourself to something for the rest of your life. Like, how could you know, right? But then I realized it's okay to not know everything. Some things take a leap of faith. Mr. Peanutbutter, I want to take that leap with you.
Sometimes I feel when people compromise, they end up in the competition of I told you so. Like they're waiting to say I told you so, or they're so dreading the fact that the other person is going to say I told you so. That this is exactly how this was going to turn out. When Diane got married, she said, I never wanted to get married. When she finally got divorced, the situation becomes, oh, I told you so. Whether she said it to herself or anyone else or anyone around her said it, it's like, yes, I knew marriage doesn't work. I told you so.
Yeah, so if it all looks good to you and your lawyer, you can sign it too, and then it'll be official. Divorce completed.
Yay!
We did it!
Take that, our marriage!
When they argued, I felt like both of them were valid in their arguments. They were both right in saying what they believed, and they were both right in fighting for themselves and fighting for the relationship in the way that they did.
Maybe I don't want my wife, whom I love, to go off on a terrifying 6-month tour of the most war-torn, disease-splattered corners of the planet with a charming, handsome, billionaire bachelor to terrible husband!
I'm not happy!
With me?
I don't know. With everything. I'm sorry if I embarrass you, but you told me this morning you weren't going to frack. And now I can't turn on a faucet in my own home without getting third-degree burns.
Oh, I get it. So, like always, you're mad at someone, so your solution is to air your dirty laundry for everyone to see.
But the thing is, those arguments are the beginning of the end. Because when your partner is arguing with you to change what you think fundamentally is yourself, or what you want, or the dreams that are in your heart, or the newer or versions of you that you haven't even met yet, things that that are important to you, the fundamentals of you, then you are no longer the person they fell in love with, and they are no longer the person that you fell in love with either. You just become two people that are too scared of change and too scared to let go, that both people compromise and both people end up in an unhappy relationship. So when they did break up, that was the right move. They were a great couple. They had great potential. But potential isn't enough.
I'm really happy for you, Diane.
It's funny. I feel like if we met each other as the people we are now, things would be totally different with us.
Yeah, but if we hadn't met each other until now, we wouldn't be the people we are now.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel it's really hard to let go of someone, especially when you've entered into such a commitment with them, or you've been committed for a really long time. Maybe they're a high school sweetheart, maybe you've been through some trauma together, maybe something has happened that has made this person your person. I think the most times that I've seen it happen is when you're dating someone and something happens. There's a moment, there's an argument, there's a trauma, there's something that happens that makes you in your brain go, no one is ever going to love me. You know, they saw me and they're still with me and they still care about me, so they love me. No one is ever going to love me like this. No one is ever going to be able to handle me. There's a lot of me, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of things like that.
Look, Mr. Peanutbutter loves you.
Even when I was above ground, I wasn't satisfied. Oh my God, I'm the problem.
Whoa! What the?
Why can't I be happy? Am I busted?
I don't know why this keeps happening. I take these amazing women like Pickles, like you, Katrina, Jessica, and I ruin them.
I'm not ruined.
No, I just mean I don't listen.
And I feel like that does a disservice to yourself and it does a disservice to your partner. Because I think there are many people out there that you would end up being compatible with. And there are many people out there that does reach the ideal standard for the person that you are with. The selfish decision is to stay in a relationship because you either don't want to see your partner with someone else or you don't want to go out there and feel uncomfortable. And a lot of the times that's why people cheat as well. So people cheat because they wait till they can grab a hold of something before they let go of what they have, which is completely wrong and completely unfair. And I think sometimes even if you are the Diane in the situation where you feel like I've got these dreams, I want to grow, I want to do all of these things, nothing wrong with your partner feeling happy and feeling content with how they are. There's nothing wrong with the fact that you don't have to change them and you don't have to feel holier than thou because you want to change and you want to grow and you want to be a certain way. In that situation, the noble thing to do is for two people to end it amicably. If the writing's on the wall, you have to read the writing on the wall. If you are unhappy and that is how you feel, you have to act on those feelings to the best of your knowledge at the current time. If you're meant to be together, nothing is going to stop you from being together. You will be brought back like this. Nothing in the universe can stop you if that is the person you're meant to be with. But I promise you, I think you will find better. And for the case for the two of them, we actually know how it worked out. Diane did find better. She did find the person that understood her and understood her passions, understood what she was going through without this constant positivity. I think there was, an understanding of like how she was and who she needed to be, and that she was ultimately depressed. She needed to go on antidepressants. She needed to, maybe she didn't have to write a memoir. Maybe she had to write something that was a bit more fun and go lucky and to just really bring her to herself. Maybe she didn't need to be in LA. Maybe she needed to be in Chicago, which is what happened. There was a different side to her that he saw. When you date different people, they bring out different sides in you. And for Mr. Peanutbutter, he did grow. He did understand that he had a pattern of relationships with his partners that put him at the center of it. That he had to learn that he was the problem in a lot of these situations.
It occurred to me, are my self-destructive patterns and unexamined cycles of codependency the popular Jim Carrey character The Mask? Because somebody stopped me.
He had to acknowledge the role that he played in the downfall of these relationships. He needed to acknowledge that not everyone is like him, and when he does date someone that's exactly like him, maybe that's not what he wants. He had to learn a lot about himself as well. I'm not saying that you should break up with your partner tomorrow, but what I am saying is the person that you're dating, the person that you marry, the person that you have kids with, the person you choose to spend the most amount of time with, the person you live with, it's really important that that person is someone who gets you and someone that you get. You can't force compatibility, and you can love someone and let them go. You can love someone and still have them in your life. Maybe you're demoting them. Maybe they're just getting demoted to friend. Maybe they're getting demoted to best friend.
And he puts his hand on the small of her back exactly the way he used to do to you. And when he did it to you, it made you feel safe. And you realize he will never do that to you again. It breaks your heart again. After your heart was so broken.
It's gonna involve a lot of growing pains. It's gonna involve a lot of difficult conversations, a lot of arguments, a lot of self-doubt on whether you've made the right call or you made the wrong call. But I think if you're just holding on to a relationship because it's been going on for too long and you love this person and you're just saying like, yeah, I can deal with it, I'm not gonna do better, scared of the unknown. If you're in a situation because you're so scared of the unknown, let it go. If it's broken, let it break. I think in the end, both of them deserve better than the versions of themselves they were bringing to the relationship. And I don't think, while the relationship was doomed to fail and the relationship wasn't going to work out in the long run, I don't think when you enter into these dynamics, I don't think that they're bad for you. I think you learn a lot about yourself, you learn a lot about another person, and if you've ever actually loved someone, there's nothing bad that comes from that. There's nothing bad that comes from that. Inherently, it means that you have been open, you've been vulnerable, you know that you can give that love to someone, you know someone can give that back to you, and that person will always hold a special place in your heart forever. You can let go, release them with peace, with love, and let them take whatever role they need to take in your life. If they are in your life at all, whatever actually fits, whatever works will happen for the benefit. Everything will turn out exactly as it needs to turn out. And that's the good part about it, because it just makes space for the right thing to come in, and that's fine. That's wonderful. At least that can give you some peace of mind. I'm a big fan of Diane for sticking up for what she wanted to do, for sticking up for herself and really staying true to herself and constantly questioning herself and constantly growing into the person she wanted to be. I like Mr. Peanutbutter's authenticity. I love his authenticity. I love his positivity. I love that outlook on life. I think it's one of the best outlooks on life that you can have. And if I were to make a video, I should make a video on how to have his mindset. Quite honestly, I think it's a really good video to make at some point, because he's got a great mindset, and none of his the efforts made between both of these people, not wasted at all, was great. A good learning curve is only going to make you better, is only going to help you grow as a person. Anyways, I will end on something lighthearted.